Hello subscribers, this is yours truly, JBlue68. Today is August the 14th, Wednesday, Comic Book Day, yay!
I'm just being silly there. Hello subscribers, this is yours truly, JBlue68. And yes, it is Wednesday night, comic book night. This is going to be a short, sexy haul. A short, sexy haul. And yes, I was doing a basically a voice impersonation there of no particular character or no particular person, but I can do voice impersonations. I'm going to do another one in a few minutes. This is a short, like I said, haul, and it's a mixture of different comics. And the one that you see in front of you, of course, is
Spawn number 15. As we get ready for Spawn issue number 300.
Well, it took a lot to do that. Yeah, this is the 50th anniversary, or the 50th issue of Spawn, which came out a couple of years ago. And I know Todd McFarlane likes to call his books Sexy Spawn, or he does his Sexy Spawn Sunday books, or Sexy Spawn Sunday drawings that he usually does on his YouTube channel and Facebook channel. But yeah, so we got Spawn here. That is a very, very nice cover, of course, by Mr. Todd McFarlane himself. And we're getting ready for the 300, book number 300 in the Spawn series, which should be out, I think next Wednesday, if I am correct. But this is this right here is a oldie but goodie book, published under Image Comics. Very nice there. Absolutely love that cover and that drawing. Very classic. And then next up we have another Image comic book, and I've heard a lot about this character. Actually seen someone else do this, had this book in their haul. Another Image comic character, what is his name? Pitt. And I was curious when I seen the book. I'm like, I wonder what is this about exactly? What is this character about? So I don't know anything about it. I don't know who drew it, but he looks absolutely ferocious. Can't wait to read it though. This is the ripping first issue of this character. And speaking of Spawn though, I'm just hoping that Todd McFarlane will finally get an approval from Blumhouse and his producers to finally do the movie that he wants to do for all of us to enjoy, which is a hardcore R-rated movie. No more kiddie movies superimposed on R-rated characters like Venom. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. And again, this is a short haul. And as I said, these are sexy covers here. And I think it's obvious as to why I got this cover, but this is the lovely, very sexy Miss Emma Frost, also known as the White Queen, also known as the Ice Queen. And I don't have any other books in this series. This is from the Age of Apocalypse series. Actually, no, I do. I do have some other books in this particular series. But I definitely had to get this one for obvious reasons. Her being an X-Man, of course. The Age of Apocalypse, of course, and again, a very, very sexy cover there. All right, Miss Emma Frost. And this I had to get too. This is also a book of Emma Frost, and I just thought that this cover was very compelling. The look in her face, and she's standing outside in an open breeze on a balcony. Looks like it's in the windows are reflecting what looks like to either be dusk or dawn and leaves falling. So it's definitely in the fall time. This is part of book 1 of a 6-part issue series called Bloom. I never heard of it. And I've never seen Emma Frost drawn in her raw form like this, without her superpowers. As you know, she's called the Ice Queen because she can turn her skin can turn into diamond form, and she gets very hard, and she gets very strong and powerful, and her skin is basically impenetrable. But that is a really nice cover there. I mean, very nice drawing of Miss Emma Frost. I really, really like that. I've never seen this before. Unfortunately, it is part of a series that I don't have. But I'm going to look for more books of this series if I can find them. It's written by, I think it's drawn by, I should say, by Greg Horn, according to what it says here. But that is a lovely and sexy cover. See that very calm, demure look in her face. I like that. A calm Emma Frost. Imagine that. Wow. So yeah, that's why I definitely had to get this particular book. All right. Moving on. And I found this. As we know, the Eternals will be part of Phase 4 in the MCU. And I'm continuing to hunt for Eternals books as before the movie actually comes out. This is also a very sexy cover. And this, I don't know all the names of the characters of the Eternals. Unfortunately, I don't. But I can tell you that this book came out years ago. This series came out about probably 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm correct. I don't have the actual year. But I swear that this woman here looks just like Salma Hayek. I'm going to move the camera up closer so you can see her. That looks just like Salma. Salma Hayek. Look at that. Come on, camera, get into focus. Okay, it won't get into focus, but that looks just like Salma Hayek, and it's very coincidental because of the fact that Salma Hayek is cast in the movie as Ajax. She will be in the Eternals movie. I have always been a Salma Hayek fan. I have the hots for her. And even now, after she's had her, I think she has had her first child, and no offense, or no offense or any type of disrespect to her husband. I think she's still married. But oh my God, I think Salma Hayek is just the hottest. And when I seen her at SDCC or the San Diego Comic Con, knowing that she has a child and she's still as fine as wine. Anyway, okay, so the Eternals. This is book number 2 of that series that came out years back. I'm sure at some point they're going to revitalize the series, especially since the movie will be entering the MCU pretty soon. But yeah, so Eternals, book number 2. Nice cover there. Next up, we have Tigra. And I got these books in one of my favorite comic book shops where I like finding vintage books. And I was just talking about Tigra the other day, and I talked her up. This is from the Marvel Icons series. This is book 2 of 4. And this is an old series that came out years back. I knew nothing about it. But I want to read this book and hopefully either find the trade paperback of this series or find the other individual covers. But yeah, I'm interested to find out more about Tigra as a character and who she is, what makes her tick, blah, 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 blah. This looks to be a very interesting story. I hate to read stories out of order, and I hate to have incomplete series, but I had to jump on this. I'm glad I did, because now I know it's something I can have on my hunt list. All right. And last but not least, we found something from the Bronze Age, the Micronauts. Nothing particularly sexy about the cover, but I'm interested in the Micronauts. I always thought that they should have actually been featured, or at least had a cameo in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Who knows, maybe they will appear in the next Ant-Man movie or in the MCU at some point, but probably not, because to my understanding, I believe it's Hasbro actually has the rights to these characters, or they own these characters. Wow. When Marvel was when they were going bankrupt, they sold their characters to a lot of different people. It's really a shame, as they're struggling to try to get them back. And as I indicated in the video that I posted yesterday, about Disney being pissed with 20th Century Fox and how the last X-Men movie turned out. And that, of course, is because when the MCU was bankrupt back in the 80s, they sold, again, a lot of their characters to different companies. As you probably all well know, the very fabled story of Marvel selling their characters and character rights to all kinds of different companies all over the place. And now they've been struggling to try to get them back. They're almost completely done and successful with getting all of their characters back, with the exception of these guys, the Micronauts, the Hulk, and Namor, which are owned by Universal. Although you've seen the Hulk in the MCU, but Marvel cannot do an individual movie on the Hulk per se without Universal's approval. And the Hulk movie that came out years ago, The Incredible Hulk, was actually a shared project with Universal and Marvel. So hopefully they'll get the Micronauts back, and we'll actually be able to get a chance to see the Micronauts in the MCU at some point. Okay, that's it. That's all, y'all. The next video that you see me doing will be at the Michigan Comic Con. Can't wait for that event. So everyone have a good evening, good comic book evening, or morning, or afternoon, for whatever time it is in whatever place you are in the world.
Peace, love, and hair grease.